And Ross, you start with no introduction then, or something like this, yeah?
Okay. For those of you who've bought your tickets, who've downloaded the prequel, who've checked us out on YouTube, welcome back, all of you, to the Lead Farmers third podcast. Welcome back to the third one.
Yay.
On my left, on your far right, I've got one man raining in from Tallow with the head of a hawk and the dick of a willy. His name is Gene Parmesan Snakehead Patrickson. How's it going, bro?
Snakehead
Good to see you
Patrickson.
Yes.
It's good to be back. You know, it's always my favourite part of the month. I'll take the opportunity to introduce old Roosty on your left, my straight forward, or if I take a left turn, he's on my right. And
Although if people are listening into this,
if people are listening, if people are listening in them,
picture
he's in your ears. And for people who are listening in, you're missing something substantial here. He's got an interesting facial hair structure at the moment, and if you're interested, you're gonna have to go onto YouTube and check this out. But it's a real treat for the eyes. Maybe you can hear it through the audio. Wait, speak for a second.
What's the crack with all of you boys?
Can you hear that he's speaking through a mustache? Maybe not. Oh well, that's all Roost for you.
And I suppose it's back to me. Because on my left and your straight ahead, we've got one man who goes by the name of William, goes by the name of Douglas, goes by the name of Flounder, goes by the name of Dougie, goes by the name of Brendonian. He is the man with the head of steel.
Everyone's head is mentioned.
What did you have, an eagle head or
The
something?
head of a hawk. Like, imagine how small my head would be. It's so weird. Like that scene in like Men in Black or something with the guy.
yeah. Because you've got quite a big head, actually.
It's like that big.
It's like the size of my fist.
Yeah, oh god, we'll have to do like some kind of Photoshop with a hawk's head on your body.
That'll be the little.
So anyway,
thumbnail.
with the head of steel and the fucking buns of retribution, we got Douglas Snake Patrick Williamson the third.
I'm the third.
What do you have to say?
What I think is funny is you say, Ross, that I go by these names, but the only people who call me these names are mostly you, actually. Gene. Gene has other names.
You also said last weekend at the gig introducing Doug, you go, the man with the golden head.
Wait, did I not? Oh, I said silver head now.
No, I've been demoted.
I don't know. Did you get silver head?
I think it was head of steel.
Head of steel.
Did I say?
And buns of retribution.
Did I say golden head? Oh.
Because like if you've got like great eyes or great ears or great whatever, you know, great jaw, that's all something you can say. But someone has a great head. It doesn't really.
Well, like, great head would be good. Oh, no.
But like, yeah, but it's not like the golden head. It's like his head is of such good quality. It doesn't really make any sense.
You'll probably be able to think of a reference. Who's a celebrity with a golden head but like a shit body?
Oh God,
They've got to exist.
Well, Russell Crowe isn't doing great body-wise these days. But then
He
again,
hasn't got a
he's,
good
yeah,
head.
I was just about to say, but then again, he's not doing great.
You could
I
say
bet
like,
you there's loads of.
Sheen or something.
I bet you there's women under that thing. Oh, do you know who's got a nice head, terrible body? Is your one who's very funny? She's from Australia. She's quite fat, but she's a lovely personality and funny girl.
Australia.
You must know her.
A comedian,
Yeah,
Australian
comedian
that is overweight and funny.
She's actually got a very pretty face. Like, she was in, the guy from, he plays the Fast Show.
Yeah.
He was in a scene with her in a movie.
Oh, piss.
Balls, look her up. Go Australian fat
Actually,
girl.
yeah, fucking, you've got a laptop
Just
there.
write Australian fact.
You probably get Australian fat.
And then go
funny
on Google
girl.
Images and you'll definitely get.
I
think it's very fair to call her fat because she calls herself
Large,
fat.
she's large.
She's
yeah, it's part of her thing. But it's not her.
no. Go Australian comedian fat girl.
Australian comedian, fat. Okay.
You didn't write fat.
Isn't my fat? But I
It's
thought
probably
I'd get
going to
it if she was
spring right
famous.
up. It springs right up. It
Is it her?
springs right up. That is exactly it.
Rebel something? What's her name? Rebel?
Yeah, Rebel.
something?
Yeah, Rebel.
Rebel
Wilson.
Wilson?
Yeah, it looks like a pretty face in a way.
It's a standard face, I suppose.
Well,
It's just your standard face.
Do you know what? If you look at her in the front of cover magazines, when they make her look better than she maybe looks.
Okay, so
Go magazine. Rebel Wilson.
Hot.
Here for the viewers
Ah,
at
yeah,
home.
fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair
You
enough.
don't have to get out your little phone and all, because I'll show you a picture of her.
But is this the golden head? Is this what we're
Yeah, she's
like?
got
She's
a good
pretty.
head.
That's Rebel Wilson, so she's the woman with the golden head. Oh, no, you can't hear
It's the woman with the golden head. Ross was looking for an example of a person with a golden head, but not a golden body.
She also has kind of goldeny hair, so fair enough. It works for the analogy.
But actually, I want to bring this up with you boys. in terms of nicknames and things that we call each other, do you remember I was signing a T-shirt at the concert last weekend?
I do, yeah.
And I just wrote down the word dung.
What were you going
Again,
for?
for those who do not have the visual, Ross has spat all over it.
I didn't think it would be that
Because
funny.
I think what got you was the dung.
What were you going for, Doug?
Man.
Let me tell you what might have been going through his
Well,
head.
all right. I want to get into this.
So we were signing a T-shirt at the festival last weekend at the merch stand after a gig, and so a girl just wanted a T-shirt signed. So I wrote my name, Gene wrote his signature thing, and then Doug came up and he started, I think, with a banjo. Was that it? Did you start with a banjo?
Maybe.
I think, yeah, you did, because you were so proud of it. You wanted to take the T-shirt with you.
Oh yeah, no, a banjo of you playing it.
Was that one?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Oh,
weird one.
yeah.
And then you put an arrow to my name, but it was supposed to be your signature.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Anyway, right? So then it came to the time when you had to actually write your name. And I tell you guys, it's kind of hard to write on a T-shirt, because as you move the marker, the T-shirt can skip and jump and move with you, and you know it's a difficult thing to do. So he was writing, he wrote D. Then I think you went to write an O, but the top of the O didn't close, so it looked like a U. Then for some reason your dyslexic brain did an upside down N, or sorry, an upside down U, which is an N, and then a G. So the O didn't close and the U was upside down, and you signed your name Dung, which for any listeners who don't speak English as a first language, that means shit.
Dung is, yeah.
Dung means like animal shit in a zoo, for example.
But I need to get in here because I am so confused as to what to sign the CDs as. Because my name is Brendan, right? You almost have like a disease of which you can't call me by that name. It's very difficult to get that word out of your mouth.
It's an actual joke, like an actual joke that I enjoy.
I know,
It's like gone full circle where it's humorous even though it's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so I rarely write Brendan because when I'm around the boys, like either Doug or Dougie or Douglas or William or Wallace or Dank, or that might come out. Like that's more likely to come out than Brendan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then when I go to sign the T-shirts or CDs, I'm like, what do I write? So anyway, that's just what I want to get in there.
My signature is so shit. It could be like William H. Macy for all I know.
I like him.
Bad signature. So you could do that. Just do a little scribble.
So how are you guys?
All right.
How's things, Ross? How are things with you,
I
Ross?
would go so far as to say I'm doing well.
You're doing well, which is quite an exaggeration for your personality.
Yeah, well, it's okay, you know. Well, it's going okay. I'm sleeping, I'm eating, got some time, getting back into my little regiment.
Ross, when we were on our last American trip, which was only a week ago, I noticed you didn't eat as much much takeaway garbage. What happened, you man?
Well, I ate a bit, you know. I did.
Yeah,
I had
that's
some like
true.
cheesy dinners, and I got some Pizza Hut. So I didn't go at zero because I don't believe in cold turkey anymore. But as you know, man, I'm fucking as you know. I just said, as you know, I'm growing up. I'm
Did you
maturing, I'm
explore-
changing, I'm reflecting.
Did you explore other fast food joints this time around?
You know, I don't even think I did. Oh, I did. Yeah, I got a new one. Five Guys, which is apparently a kind of gourmet fast food, which I've heard about from various UFC fighters. So I was like, if I eat Five Guys, I'll be as cool as those. So that's why I think I did it one time. Oh yes,
Once, yeah.
yeah, once. I was
Nice.
about to return for a milkshake, but I was tired. So
Yeah, I was a bit let down. I always like watching you eat the cheesy bacon stuff. The best one was the 3 burgers at 1 a.m.
Yeah, 3 different McDonald's burgers.
at 1 a.m. That was good. That was enjoyable for me.
Yeah, felt weird after that. And like I said to you at the time, oh yeah, I did that the year before, and I said I'd never do it again because I felt bad. It takes a lot to make me feel bad after eating, and I felt bad. But then it's just like, you know what? Because Doug, you hate McDonald's, and I get it. It's the easiest thing in the world to get, but it's open all the time. It's cheap. It's tasty. There's variety. You can fill your stomach. You know, all these reasons. I'm like, God damn it. So I got 3 burgers again because I was kind of there at the menu. And you're like, what's one little crappy burger? I don't want to get the fries and all that stuff.
I'll eat at McDonald's if it's free and it's 4 a.m. Remember when we were in Munich a couple of years ago?
I'll eat leftovers.
Yeah, we went into McDonald's and we had
Burger King.
Was it Burger King, was
I
it?
don't know. I don't know the same.
very similar. Well, I don't remember you being on the scene at the moment. It was
Oh
just
no,
me
it was
and you.
Mackey's. Was Mackey's.
It was
'cause there's
Mackey's.
chicken nuggets. Yeah.
It was Munich. We were locked. It was about 3 or 4 in the morning, and
Yeah.
we were cold, right? Wasn't it? We were also cold, and we just wanted to be inside, also. And
Sound
so
like homeless guys.
we were
Yeah,
like homeless
I
guys.
think so. No, I think it was summer.
But we went at the leftovers. Just we were walking around as if we were waiters, cleaning up after people. But we were putting it in our bodies.
I was thinking, why is this allowed? Like, we're just walking around. Surely there's someone checking a few cameras now and then.
3
You
in
see
the
kind of
morning.
lads kind of slurping around. Is that the right verb? And
like,
picking up-
after a
picking up
while,
all
Jade-
sorts of mad stuff.
After a while, did you notice I wasn't even being discreet about it? I was walking up to people going, "Are you finished with that?"
But it's outrageous how much food people throw out, or not, like, or order and don't eat. Especially at 3 in the morning, people order like a big, massive meal, take one bite of the burger, and then go and walk away.
Sick.
Fucking sick.
And to picture it, wasn't it McDonald's at Karlsplatz in Munich?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
very good.
That's how I think I know it's McDonald's.
If anyone,
We're going back to McDonald's in
Back-
Karlsplatz.
Guys,
We're going back to McDonald's in 2 weeks.
we're gonna go play a gig in McDonald's.
On the 6th and 7th of October, we play there in Killian's, and the last time we played there was great fun. We we short circuited the power supply because we spilled a beer right into a power socket thing or something.
There was a real fancy, one of those big fancy extension lead things, and they had like a surge protection and all this stuff, but it had a real deep, what would you say, like where you put the plug in, it was very deep.
Yeah.
And then I think it was, Ross put his pint on a small stool beside it.
On a stool.
Oh, no,
on a
you-
stage.
you were commenting
a pint on a stool on a
stool,
stage.
on a
Are
tiny
you insane?
tiny little stage made of like stuff, like wood and stuff.
Plyboard or ply. Is that
But
what it's called?
plywood.
Plywood.
Plywood board. I don't know. But
Wood.
I looked at the fancy thing and I was like, and you said something like, geez, it's very fancy, this thing. And I go, yeah, it's not going to be so fancy when it gets a pint of beer thrown into it. And it did. The prophecy was true. Halfway through the gig, this pint just went in it. Like, I'd say the little deep chasm where the plug goes in probably takes about like 1/5 of the pint. Like, it's a lot of liquid, and it just went in, and me and Ross just immediately looked at each other, and then maybe in 2 seconds the whole bar just was in darkness, and
it's an underground bar, so it literally was in darkness.
yeah,
It wasn't like the street lights coming in and all.
yeah.
Blackness.
Oh, good crack.
It was great atmosphere though, wasn't it?
That
Like-
kind of like did us a favor, because
Well,
it
the
brought
gig- the
everyone
gig wa-
together.
No, it's true. The gig was going well anyway because it's a good atmosphere anyway on a Friday or Saturday night in that bar. But it was just we were all a bit drunk.
I
and
know.
stuff as well.
It's
It
like
was good
you
fun.
get the, like, half of the bar, the front of the bar are really into what you're doing.
Yeah.
The back of the bar are kind of semi talking to their mates. But when the lights went out and we were still playing tunes and getting people singing and clapping and all, everyone was with us. We were the thing that was going on. So in that sense, I thought it was really cool. We should do it again.
It also remember the power went off, and then it came back on again, but it went off again, and it was
That was when my second pint went into it.
Oh,
You put it back on the stool. Go, that won't happen again.
the funniest thing
Lightning never
about that is,
strikes
lads,
twice.
I didn't know until the end of the gig that was the reason.
know, yeah,
so
I
you
know
guys
you
were
did.
withholding that information from me, and I was going to the bar going, guys, what's going wrong? What's going wrong?
And I just quietly say, like, the next day, dog, we did that.
Well, no, I got it straight after the gig when I looked down at the sock. I goes, this is mad wet. And I look at you, and you give me one of your quiet, like, serene faces, Serene, that's the name of a girl, Serene.
And also,
Serena
just to
Williams.
paint another picture for the people
Serena.
at home, when the power goes out at a gig like that, the drums don't stop. So you
Yeah.
hear all the fucking, like, the basses and the vocals pumping out and all those things that are plugged in, and then it just dips down to, like, it's very funny. It's like a deliberate breakdown, but loads of things
At a
also-
weird point in the song,
yeah,
and where
random.
people kind
And
of
you also kind of hear
yeah. That's a
Just someone contacted me about a gig, so I'm just sending on a link. Sorry, guys.
gotta
Cool,
be on
man.
it all the time.
I'll check my Facebook.
Someone just wrote to me about how you're getting on, so I was just gonna. They did actually.
Nice. How are you getting on?
Ross, you weren't here the last day, so do you want me to ask you a
You
question?
might.
Yeah, I'll ask you one or two questions.
Rile me up, man.
All right, this is from Mia. She wrote a load of
Me
questions.
Tennant, was it?
No.
I knew it wouldn't be.
Yeah, I've got some outlined for you. Ross, if
Yes.
you were a ghost, who would you haunt?
Okay, the real answer I wouldn't tell you because it's perverted. But
Maybe take a celebrity then or something.
Oh,
Well, what's the real? Oh, okay.
Do you know who hunts?
Oh, okay.
Which, well,
I was thinking, it's not that bad. Just tell them. And then I went, oh, okay. I just realized.
oh, it's some girl or something, is it?
I just realized who
it's
it
not,
could be.
It's not a dude.
Okay, so sorry. The question is, if you're a ghost, who would you haunt? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to haunt them. Do I like upset them,
yeah,
or just kind
haunt.
of see what they're up to?
No, haunt is clearly to upset.
Oh,
Haunt.
so actually,
Yeah,
now that I
haunt.
think about, it could be the same answer though. Let me think. But you see, it's a weird one because I actually don't really like the torture and annoying and making people feel unnecessary pain. A lot of people like that. Don't want to get all deep now and all, but a lot of people like, like someone someone who's a paedophile. I'd love to, torture him or whatever, burn him alive. I'm like, just shoot him in the head real quick. Don't add more pain to the world, So when it comes to haunt, I'm like, I don't really want to haunt anyone. I'd quicker kill someone than haunt someone.
Who would you kill?
Who would I kill? Okay, I wonder, should I go like pet peeve style kill, like it kind of a bit funny, or someone who I think actually should die, which is getting very dark all of a sudden.
Do the dark one.
Do the dark one. All right.
While he's thinking, last G one.
But you don't get
Okay, you
don't get
Gene.
caught.
Quick one for you. Quick one, right?
Ghost can't get caught.
Quick one now. Quick one. When you were daydreaming, Gene, what do you dream about?
Oh no, like all types of things. All
Say a thing.
types of things. I don't know, like when I was on the football field when I was a kid, when I kind of scored an alright goal. Like
Really?
just all sorts of things, man. I could literally pick anything. Or the time when I poured a pint in my pedal board.
But what do you think about most commonly, like when you daydream, you close your eyes?
That's the thing. I don't have a common thing. I really don't.
Nothing comes into your head.
I will say at night time, I seem to think it's kind of a cliche thing to say, but you lie in bed and you close your eyes and you start to think of like embarrassing things you've done in your past for some reason. I'll do that.
That's funny. I never think about that one. As you would probably only guess.
No, I do, and then I go, "What am I doing? That's so stupid." But yeah, no. But the thing is, when I'm daydreaming, it's all manner of things. It's not a common thing, really. Like like chicks will sometimes say, "What are you thinking?" And I'm like, "I'm not telling you," because it's like,
yeah, because
like,
I'm thinking about your mate.
Or like, no, I'm thinking about that. Remember, I'm thinking about if I was a dog for like a day or two, would I be all right with it, or what? Just like, there's no point in telling you. I'm just like,
Okay.
Nothing.
Over to Greg over here in the corner.
Man, honestly, I'm not sure because when it comes to like pop figures, who did real bad things, that's weird. That I'm just like trusting the media and I don't really know the story and shit. It's a mad hard question. Like,
Yeah, because you don't
I'll
really
just
want
say I'll just say a real hardcore paedophile.
But who is he?
I don't know, Stephen Gregory.
Stephen Gregory. Yeah, that
You
guy.
know all the hardcore pedophiles. Yeah, I mean, the thing about that is, like, I mean, some, like, they're sick as well. They're ill. You know what I mean? They're
Pedophiles.
not deliberately being
I know,
a bad
I do
dude.
get that.
It's a bad thing they're doing, but I'm sure they can't really help it. Like,
But when I say hardcore, I mean a bad dude who's a paedophile.
Yeah, I know. Double whammy.
Yeah, a real good example. It's a
Yeah.
pity I didn't give you, good answer. But
King of the pedos, you're gonna kill him.
good, but maybe this person meant it like all jovially and such, and I'm like,
Pedophiles.
and now I'm talking about who I would kill. Terrible paedophile. Like, it's not very funny, is
Now we're
it? But
getting
it's the truth. I don't like pedophiles. Are terrible.
What about the paedophile thing, Russ? About this too. Do you know why priests have to abstain from having sex?
I do.
Do you think that has a correlation to the amount of paedophiles in the priesthood?
It's a weird one because, like, when I go for a while without having sex, I don't look at 4-year-olds. You know what I mean?
But a while is not your life.
True. So maybe I would start to look at 4-year-olds. The 40-year-old virgin didn't do a 4-year-old.
But that's a movie.
You're right. You got me there.
And Steve Carell's a great guy.
Ah, God, you love.
And there is
Steve Carell.
plenty of priests who haven't touched kids, so he could be a 40-year-old virgin.
I'd like to see I'd like to
priest.
see the stat of pedos in the general world.
But then
And
as well,
you know what I mean?
we also don't know as well with the old priests. They keep it a bit under wraps, don't they?
They sure
They
did.
love it.
They did. That's what they did.
They love that.
It's a weird one because, like, maybe when they got into the priesthood, they were abetted towards children because children can't talk, and then no one knows the bad things the church do. Obviously, in time it does come out, but like let's say if they do something dirty with full-grown woman, she's maybe going to talk, and then the church will get bad name. So maybe the ones who came out and were pedophiles because of what they did, maybe they were pushed into that situation by the church. You know, that's just a little conspiracy that I made up right now. So don't hold me to that one.
You know what my conspiracy is? I think it happened much more than any of the evidence suggests.
Oh, okay. I would say there is definitely
Yeah,
some.
why not, man?
Have you seen that movie Spotlight?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, so I think was it 80 priests or something they claimed in a period of like I don't know 50 years or something was up to pedophilia. I'd say that was more like 200 or something. If it was going on, you know, if it was going on at all, I'd say it was going on more.
Well, definitely, like, not everyone who speeds gets caught, you know, on the road. So definitely with the priests. But like, let me think.
Not
also,
everyone that peeds gets caught. I thought that's what you actually said. And I was like, why did they pee on the road?
Hopefully I said speed, but
said
I meant speed. So also then, like, maybe there was a thing where some lads knew that was what was going on in the church, and they were deep down pedophiles. So they were like, I'll get into the old God thing to put on that black robe and then touch kids. So that's another little conspiracy that I just made up right now. Don't hold me to it. But yeah. What was the original question? Like,
Who?
No. I mean, your
if
original
you were a
question.
ghost.
You said something about.
No, my thing is, so I've got this thing like, the male priest, let's say in Catholicism, they're not allowed to have sex. With other religions, it happens also. Do you think that can have an effect on a priest touching children?
I mean, it is a funny one, isn't it? Because, like I said at the start, I think if you're into kids, you're into kids, whether or not you're abstaining from sex. Although I don't really know,
But I mean, you use your logic, right? Let's say you're sex depraved, right? You're going on years and years and years, and there's these kids coming back to be your altar boys.
Yeah, no.
And you're in the
it's
privacy of a place, and you're
easier.
changing your robe even, you know? You've got your
Well,
dang out.
Oh,
Oh,
it is true. Like when
I don't think
your-
they take out their dang, man.
When they're there, they might just see their dang, and they're like, there's my dang, I got to do something with my dang.
It'd be underwear. They don't just go, hey, like a look at this to the kids.
I know, but that's like, it's a very, what I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to say, put yourself in that situation.
No, it's true.
I
Like,
don't want you to.
I will say, like, whenever if it's gone a while where I haven't, like, whatever, had sex or anything, been quite lonely, a lonely period in my life, I've done kind of weird things. Not like, not on that scale, but weird. You know, I went, that was weird that I did that. Like, I said that thing, or I did that thing. So I can understand it, but I don't think I personally would ever go towards children in that, you know, if it went so bad. But I kind of get it, but then I kind of don't. I don't know.
There's only one way to find out.
I'm going to get a couple of kids.
Become a priest, 20
Next-
years, no chicks or anything. Let's
Imagine,
see what happens
if I
to you.
became a priest, it probably wouldn't be that bad.
Well, yeah, not
you
all priests touch
you
kids.
yeah, no, like you get spiritual.
Most of them don't, in fact. So let's just put that most priests don't touch kids.
Actually, you know, I've thought about it, and yeah, it must have an effect on them, because don't
yeah,
lads
absolutely.
go into prison totally, well, mostly straight and all, and next thing they're dang in their flat.
Yeah,
mate.
I told you the dang is out,
The
man.
dang is out. Well, not even the dang being out, just deprived, you know. Like,
Yeah.
and Gene even just said, case study right here. He said that he does weird stuff after not danging for like 4 days or whatever. Your example, whatever that example was that you
4
gave.
days.
I didn't give an actual.
No, what was it
time,
again? 2
but
days.
I'm sure 4 days is fine. Yeah.
So, you know, like, I'd say you would turn to weird stuff, and not only is it like, oh, I'm now into kids, it's that they're the only opportunity for those, like you said, backstage with the altar boy, dang out, just like,
Yeah.
what's the crack with that? To the altar boy, you know, just what's
What's
that?
going on down there?
Yeah.
But it is also very interesting because you also said about people who are just into kids. Maybe it's like an illness. They got this weird sexual fetish, you know. Recently I was watching the Michael Jackson documentary again, and you know, my whole thing with Mickey J is that poor lad just had an awful weird life, and he was like, he wasn't a normal dude. Like when he was 40, he wasn't a normal dude. No. You know what I mean? So in that case, I think there's people who suffer from illnesses, and they actually don't mean kids any harm, but they just get their dang out, and it's sad. It's terribly sad.
Yeah, no, it's true. Like, it's kind of like, I mean, again, I just came up with this little comparison right now. So
You go teary again.
Don't hold me to it. But
Don't.
it's kind of like, just first of all, do kids get born with HIV from a HIV mother?
Yeah.
Is that all right? So I've checked that one out. Now I can go ahead with my theory. So it's kind of like, you know, let's say you're born with HIV because your ma gave it to you because she had it. You didn't do anything. You were just a kid, right? You're just born and you have HIV. But then someone goes out and gets HIV by danging an African low-grade prostitute, you know, stereotypically. Well, it's kind of like that.
We're using the word dang here to describe both penis and making love. Just want to make that sure.
Thanks.
Did you use a Liam Neeson reference there?
Did I?
Low grade prostitute.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's where you get it in general. Not always, but you certainly are at risk.
You're rolling the dice. Yeah.
You are at risk. So,
I was like, thought that's where you get your references from Liam Neeson in general.
anyway, so the kid born with the HIV and the guy who goes out and gets HIV. We can now compare these to paedophiles, right? The one who's just kind of, you know, grows up in a neighborhood and whatever else and starts touching kids and all, he's the one born with it because he was born with it. And the one who goes out and dangs the low-grade African prostitute, he's the one who goes into priesthood because he's the one who deprives himself. And obviously a priest who becomes a paedophile, not just a regular priest, you know. So, like, that's it. So if you're a priest, you can compare yourself to a man who has sex with a low-grade African prostitute. I'm fucking up loads of words.
Prostitute is like a new app.
Prostitute.
If you want to talk to prostitutes, you don't want to sleep with them.
Don't sleep with them, just chat to them.
Do you know what? I'd probably be more on for that. I like chatting to pretty girls.
I always thought that, like, because it's like homeless people or whatever. Like, it's a whole world, a whole type of like lifestyle that I'm never gonna like dabble in, and I'm never gonna be able to get an insight into. I can't. I'm not a documentary maker or whatever.
But you know what's funny? Actually, I did a thing a couple of years ago, trying to see who of my friends have slept with prostitutes, right? And it's funny. I don't have many, but they're there.
Yeah,
they're there, and
I know one
at
least.
And it's funny because none of us have slept with a prostitute, by the way. And then the thing is, people sleep with prostitutes. I just want to get that out there. People sleep with prostitutes, it's people
not a
that you
business.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you know, I'd say 20 guys, one of them have slept with a prostitute for sure. I would say.
I remember there was one time talking about homeless guys. I'm reverting back. I saw a homeless guy in a shop trying to buy a can. I wasn't necessarily homeless. Let's just say he was mucky and smelly, and he had long hair and he had like a kind of a suit on, but with loads of paint all over.
Maybe it was Tom Jane.
Maybe it was Tom Actual Jane.
So few people will get that reference, but if you do, you can get mine.
I don't get it either.
You don't get Tom Jane?
Tom Jane.
Arrested Development.
No.
He was the rough looking actor. He was the bum that got
they keep thinking he was homeless or something.
And then they reference Tom Jane throughout the rest of the series. Which did you are, Tom Jane? Sorry, Gene. So your bum, which you're trying to get a can.
I saw him in the can, and I think I made like a joke, or he made a joke, and it was we had a little what's up, And then I got really drunk. I think I was at a place where I was getting free drink. It was like something. Long story short, it was a thing. And then I saw him. I was walking home, and I saw him like in an alleyway somewhere. So I went up and had a chat with him. I was like, teach me some things, you know what I mean? No, I didn't actually say that, but I'm like, I'm gonna learn some things.
That was
this
probably
guy.
the moment, by the way, you discovered he was homeless, late night in an alleyway by himself.
Yeah.
But he also looked the part, in fairness to him, But I went up and I was just like, trying to I was like asking him maybe some big questions and finding out some things, and I thought I'm gonna learn some things because no one gives him the time. I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna take the time and talk to him. And he was a moron. He knew nothing, and he tried to kiss me. And I was like,
well, he had conviction.
Like, he leaned in for a kiss, and I was like, all right, now I gotta go. I
I think a lot of homeless people aren't as intelligent as you think.
Yeah, I think that you might get one or two, but I think, yeah, that was my kind of like that was my curiosity.
I don't know. Has the general stereotype just gone over my head? But I didn't know it was thought that homeless people were intelligent.
Well, okay. Well, it's more like something you can learn something from them.
Like they're living. They probably appreciate things on a different level and stuff like that. They can probably
you probably thought that
Ross, is that not a common stereotype? Like the homeless people are rocket scientists.
Yeah, like you probably thought that you were living in an indie movie or something.
Yeah. Like I thought I was like living. I was like doing a very. What would you say? Like I don't know. Like I was trying to be like I was like too open-minded or too tolerant or something like that. Like and then he leaned in. I was like, you know what? I should have stayed. I was just thinking.
Like those modern day fake hippies that get angry if you don't pay them back €2. Like they'd love to hear that story. Oh my god, and he was so intelligent. Like people don't even realize.
You're like that guy.
Modern day hippies. I don't get it. What?
You know those modern day hippies who like wear fucking brown clothes.
They wear brown
clothes and like kind of interesting patterns on them, but then they get annoyed if you don't pay them back the €2.
The left wing hippies, yeah.
Yeah, the left wing people.
Right wing hippies.
Sorry, you're right. Yeah, I don't know why you were agreeing. No, it's right wing hippies.
Left are liberals.
All right, left. Okay, but right wing.
Right,
hippies.
Conservative. Yeah, so as in they're kind of hippie. They're meant to be on the left, although hippies would disagree with that anyway. But they're on the right actually.
Like they do interesting stuff with their hair and like fucking. Like take part in drum circles and all. But like I said, give me that €2, you fucking pig.
Have you seen Be Kind Rewind?
I have.
I've seen it ages ago though.
Jack Black's a funny guy.
I straight up have liked him for about 12 years.
He's a Jack
like
Black
for
is
12 years.
There's a
funny
countdown
guy.
somewhere in your room, is there?
No, because you know when like you're a teenager and all, and like you like stuff and you grow up and then you go, you become too fucking learned for it. I never became too learned for it. Jack Black's
I watched
stupid jokes.
Sex Tape recently. It's not
Who's-
a
who did
bad
that?
film, but it's not a good film. Yeah, he turns up in the end and he's funny. I also like him very much. Very genuine guy and also silly. That's a good combination.
Yeah, this Be Kind Rewind. Have you seen it?
Not,
So
I've seen
so
it, yeah.
it's a video store, right? But Jack Black becomes magnetized by accident, and then he goes into the video store and he erases all the videotapes. So then they have to make their own movies.
Yeah, like-
and what's great is they're making like, you know, I don't know, whatever, Kung Fu Hustle, although it's definitely not Rush Hour 2. And, you know, they're filming it, but they're arguing while filming it. But that's what
in
they're
it.
filming. And then people fall in love with the charm of it or whatever. you know.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you ever see Me and Earl and the Dying Girl?
No.
They do like low budget films and stuff like that.
Oh,
That's
so-
cool, yeah. Real charm to those things.
Yeah, that's great.
Of course. So,
Watch any other crowd? Watching the Conor McGregor fight.
very interesting. That was very interesting.
Conor McGregor Mayweather fought. We were in
People were
America at the
saying-
time, and thank you to the Golden family.
Oh yeah,
for
thanks to the
letting
Goldens
us.
letting us watch it. Oh Jesus.
We
That
wanted
was
to watch it, and
dangerous.
we had a gig on it pretty much the exact same time. So they paused the pay-per-view.
Yeah, and we got to
Thank
drive
you.
down and watch it. It was so nice. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. Like some people are saying Mayweather wasn't trying and all. But why would you go in and get and allow yourself to get hit by a guy that arguably has a very, very strong left hand? I mean, fair enough. I haven't seen him in boxing do it, and some people would say maybe he doesn't, maybe. But like looking at his track record in MMA, he has a very good left hand. Why would he go in there and get hit, lads? Like take an uppercut and then go, and then I'll get him in the
Sounds
later
crazy.
rounds. It doesn't make any sense. I think Conor did very well.
It's funny you go in and you fight a guy, isn't it?
It's mad. When every MMA fight or whatever that I watch, before it happens, I go, they're gonna go in there and punch each other in the head.
Let's say you fought Ross right now. Interior Rosser is the bigger species, right? Well, the specimen.
What species are you?
I'm the smaller species.
No, you're the small head guy. What species?
Eagle. I'm an eagle.
No, you're
No,
a man
hawk.
with a head of a hawk.
you're the man at head of a hawk, and you've
That's
not
why I
been.
bash you, because you got his little,
Little
head.
tiny little.
But like,
I
grapefruit
laughed at
head.
that, by the way.
But let's say I said, okay, guys, this is actually a fight, 100% fight. I mean, Gene could win, maybe as easily as you could win. Maybe
Well, but back in remember the UFC had no weight class when it started,
that's actually mad.
and I haven't seen those fights, but I mean I'm sure there's plenty of times where the big guy gets done by the little lad and all. Like I'm sure it happens.
What I also find funny is, let's say you're a martial arts expert, right? That's not going to save you from a pool cue into the back of the head one night.
Yeah.
I kind of get a warm and sick feeling about that.
My dad told me a story. He used to go to this snooker hall all the time, and like he was like known there. Him and his mate Hutchie used to go a lot and play snooker.
Hutchie.
Hutchie.
Oshin?
Hutchie.
Oh,
Hutchie.
Hashi.
And there was a fight broke out, and it was like some guy was fighting one of my dad's friends, and his mate Hutchie was trying to get him off, so he took a pool cue. This guy was piss drunk who was fighting, right? Hutchie took the pool cue and smacked him across the head with it. And the guy turns around and goes, Hutchie, cut that out, yeah? He
You're
just took a
joking.
pool cue to the head. I think because he was so drunk or something, I don't know, like a full force pool cue. And Hutchie's not a small lad, like he can probably hit you hard with a pool cue. Cut that out, will you? Like as in, like, because he knew him, he's like, no, you know, like, oh god. I'd say if I took a pool cue to the head, you wouldn't see me ever again.
There's something about getting knocked out that it's, excuse the pun, but it's kind of hit or miss. Like sometimes you see a lad take an uppercut or take a fucking solid hook, and they just they smile it off. They go, it was a good one, but it didn't work. But any other day, the same fucking hit, and they're down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so he just maybe didn't get hit in the right place. It's weird.
Yeah, it's so weird. Maybe he has like a fucking iron head, and man with the golden head.
He must have been. Golden head and hawk head. Jesus.
If Golden Head went up against Hawkhead, I think there'd be a clear winner.
Be discrepancy, yeah.
well, the hawk would have the the hunting know-how.
Maybe if he was a good like jiu-jitsu guy.
But
he
look,
could probably
don't
get
forget that he's just a hawk head. He can't really run fast or fly.
but he's got the head. He's got the.
No,
he's got the
Yeah, but if
If I've got the hawk of a head, the head of a hawk but I'm also a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
That would be good.
You didn't mention that part.
No.
So I can get all golden head here.
But we are talking about you two guys.
Okay, well, if I'm gonna
But
go
we
with
also aren't, because I don't have a hawk's head.
what kind of body do I have?
You know, it's your body and your body with a hawk head and a golden your head.
Well, I think I win then, because like
You do.
you're-
You can't really
do.
defeat a
You
golden
can't-
head.
How can I knock out golden head?
Maybe if you had a platinum head or something.
But then again, if I have a golden head, can I see?
yes.
Well, no, it's a valid question because eyeballs don't grow on gold.
I mean, actually, it is a good question. But in a sci-fi world, you would be able to see.
yeah.
Everything would just be. But then again, you're. Or
But
maybe
if I've got a hawk's head, I'm just going to be like flapping on the ground because I won't
No,
know
you
how
won't be
to
flapping.
operate. No, but I mean metaphorically
Oh,
speaking.
okay.
I won't know how to operate a human's body.
But let's say there's a translator in your neck that the hawk thoughts get turned into human thoughts. So if he
Like an
wants to
adapter.
like run away hawk style, he would fly. But if he wants to bail you style, you would just leg it out the door. So it translates. So if he wants to attack with his whatever hawk attack, like his claw things, maybe you just throw a jab.
So what would be my best point? Would be my like kind of like precision or my kind of.
You know what? You could see really far away.
Oh wow! In the small little octagon.
Big golden nugget. You're going to see that anyway far away.
Yeah.
Especially on sunny days.
What would you be? I mean, you could peck him, but it wouldn't work because he's got a head of gold.
But you can't peck. You know what I mean?
Well, hawks can peck.
Also,
But
what's
in a
funny-
fight you can't peck.
what's
can you?
Oh, but no, it's not a UFC match.
Oh, it's just
It's
a no
just
holds
a
barred. Then I'm
fucking-
going straight for the balls.
But what's funny? No, but listen to this. If you've got a hawk head, right? Imagine the weird angle you have to come at to peck me.
Actually, yeah,
You know what I
I'd be
mean?
quite elusive.
Yeah, you'd be hard. To hit
Quite,
him.
and like they move quite fast, the old hawks.
Man, I'd give you a chance.
But you know what you
puncher's
do?
chance.
Both of you would just go
Hawker's
constant body shots because no point in punching a golden head, and it's hard to hit a hawk
Oh man,
head.
I would see headbutt to the hawk dead.
But
You
then
know-
again, you go to headbutt on. You know, you're gonna,
But Ross, you're talking about a head, and the hawk's head. If it goes this much, I still got it.
No, but I do have a hawk's neck.
you'll have to kind
A
of.
little bit of hawk neck. I say I'll be all.
Yeah, but the
I'll
point
be
is-
prehensile.
Yeah, but you can't dodge it much. My head is gonna be big.
But he's also, I know, but he's also got his body which can move too. So the hawk head and the human body, he could roll out of your headbutt, man.
I'd be very Egyptian looking, wouldn't I?
Yeah, I'm thinking Egypt.
But still funny because it's tiny. Not like a
the
big
Egyptians was
Egyptian
kind of like
hawk.
in comparison.
But you know, you said a funny thing. Would you have a hawk's neck? Imagine you had a human's neck. Your hawk head would look even weirder.
it would just, but like, where would the skin stop?
I know. It would
It's
have to
so
go. It
sick.
would have to go in. Right.
It's like a hawk. It's like I ate a hawk egg and it came out through my body or something. What do you mean, right?
He's gonna
I'll do
Google
it. You
hawk
can just
head.
keep being yourself. You know what I'm up to.
There's an owl's
Too
head.
predictable.
No.
Did something like that happen in Mighty Boosh? He had a rabbit head in Mighty Boosh.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah,
That's kind of the same. He's got a tiny little rabbit head.
yeah, like and his shoulders were particularly broad,
Yeah.
and I think it was to hold the rabbit head.
Is there any way to still be attractive for a girl if a part of your body is animal
Animal.
from
I'd
an
say
animal creature?
definitely. Like if you had like like you said, like a gorilla's chest, pretty much getting some.
Okay, gorilla's chest on a normal body. Girls are still gonna like
Because some
that.
people are close to gorilla anyway, big hairy
Okay,
lads.
take away the ape. Take away
The
our
ape,
closest
okay.
cousins.
Okay.
I'm thinking horse.
Yeah, no, horse isn't good. You could maybe say like a tiger's head. Oh no, that's not really good, is it? Like
Wait, yeah, I know what you mean. No, like if you had a real.
a set of like massive flies, wings. It wouldn't be so bad.
But what about if you had like a full blown nice, golden Labrador's head? Because they're gorgeous dogs. They're not bad to
You
look
can't
at.
really make out with a dog. God, goodness knows I've tried. No, but you can't really make out with a dog's head. What the fuck?
Imagine you
That
just had a
big, is
little
it?
bird. Imagine it was golden head.
Look, no, but
Oh,
the
that's
head
good.
doesn't really make for good kissing. Again, because I've tried. I know, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it'd be quite lovable. So you still have a penis. I suppose a dog has a penis though.
Yeah, no, there'd be nothing like you'd keep your male penis, your man's penis.
Not your
There's
female
none of
penis.
this like put
like-
a horse's dick on or something. No, that's no. Like let's say if you had the instead of hands like giraffe hoofs,
Yeah, that wouldn't
can
be
that
so
still
bad.
work?
Yeah.
By the way,
Like, what
I
if-
think you mentioned the horse thing, man. Chicks are into horses. If you had like the centaur thing,
Oh,
body,
yeah, that'd
and
be
then
cool,
a big,
yeah.
big, strong
They'd
with
be
horse
into that.
legs and a big fucking massive dong. What would we call it again?
Dang.
A dang,
A
yeah.
big horse's dang, and then like I think like
But a horse's dang is too big for a woman's body.
that's true. Maybe if you got a small
It's
horse's
a bit like
dang.
a pony's dang.
Yeah, maybe like a centaur with a pony bottom.
Like so, you're half human.
So you'd be a
40%
man
horse,
pony.
10%
You'd be a
pony.
mony.
Oh, you want a pony's dang but a horse's body. I thought a pony's body and dang.
That'll be maybe, but it's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's a
because
bit
he would
small.
look a bit dumb.
Like, but the dog's head, it's like Mr. Peanut Butter from BoJack,
Oh yeah, that's good.
true,
Yeah.
and also the horse head is like BoJack from BoJack.
I think it's like this. Yeah, you have to retain the head of the Homo sapien.
The weirdest one would be
I
like,
think you have to retain the head of the Homo sapien. That's what we've
oh
learned.
really? Oh yeah, I think
I
so.
think that's
'Cause
the only way you
like,
can do
you
it.
know, like was it in the actual Fly movie? Because I only know the Simpsons reference where Bart turns into, you know, like the fly's head, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
always eating loads of sugar and all. That's not very
Maybe the
attractive.
whole merman thing.
Oh yeah,
Mermaid, merman.
yeah. But then I think you're void of penis.
I think it comes out somewhere.
Girls pretend they could do without it.
Do it out.
Maybe you could
Do
just
it
put a
up,
strap on.
Strap on
But a
mermaid.
strap-on wouldn't fit on a mermaid's tail.
You just get one.
You get a custom made strap on. Yeah,
custom made merman strap on.
.com.
Yeah, just search for that. On your
mermaid,
laptop.
mermaid strap on dildo.
Mermaid dildo.
But it's specifically a strap on we're looking for here. Not
Well,
a dildo that
I'm-
looks like a mermaid.
Oh, there's actually a thing called a mermaid dildo.
Of course there is.
Look, it's kind of like I can't say it's like a mermaid's dick, but it kind of is. And then there's like the Little Mermaid, little castle. Seems to be a castle of penises.
Oh, the Little Mermaid. Now, how did that tail go?
I don't know. I don't think I can see
Oh,
that.
we
Cause-
won't do great.
Yeah, because
Well,
recently,
actually, it's good
that's
on
the
we
kinda
try and
grow.
tell
Yeah,
a tale at
r-
Disney.
recently
we
we
should
try-
do it, and there'll be some girls watching it going, "No, no."
Okay.
So let-
Well, do you know what? I'm not going to go in chronological. I'm just going to give you what I think something happens. I think she gets a kiss on shore, and then she gets legs.
Does she get legs in the film?
Does she ever get legs?
I think it's one of those like I think it's one of
Straight
those.
away wrong.
She's
Although
not.
I don't
She's
know.
not from this world, but like the guy really loves her and stuff. and-
Okay, he goes fishing,
Mm.
puts in his fishing rod, notices in the distance, but not so far away, there's something struggling in a net. He goes over. It's Mary the mermaid.
But didn't
That
they
direction-
Ariel, I think is her name.
Yeah, Ariel. Yeah.
Hold on, I can shine some light on this. Didn't they meet on the beach? can see
I
them
don't think
meeting
I've
on the
seen
beach.
it, man.
I can think it's like this.
People are going
He's
crazy,
he's
I'd say, if
upset
people
with
listen
his
to
he's upset with his marriage, so he goes for a walk on the beach, and then he comes across this beautiful
Are
girl.
you making this up, or you think this is what happens?
Well, I'm just trying to.
I have a feeling it's that thing where he's kind of like maybe he's like like he's currently in something that he doesn't really want to be in. He meets this mermaid. Oh, she's so different. And then like on the mermaid side, like you can't go with a human dude, and he's like, oh, you can't go with a mermaid, and and then they find love regardless.
And isn't there a thing then? He's able to breathe underwater
Oh, I
because of
think
the
that's
kiss,
true,
and
yeah.
then she brings him on a journey. Although, if you think about the angle of the head, I don't think I'd enjoy that journey.
Wait, what?
Because like she's meant to give you air, so like it's not straight under your mouth. Your mouth is going to be turned so that the air is coming from the mermaid's lungs into
Maybe
your
she
lungs.
puts the air in another orifice.
So, is that possible?
But no, it's not. You can't breathe into your dick. But anyway,
I meant
right?
the nose.
But anyway, right? I can shine some light and tell you some things. I'll just shine light, actually. There's something about her singing voice that some fat old bitch wants to take it.
There's the fat old octopus woman.
Yeah. She takes something from her, and it's some kind of deal. Oh, by the way, Ariel, who's the girl, is somehow dissatisfied in her day to day. I think her dad's being a real
He's Zeus, right?
fucking piece of work.
Oh, he doesn't want
Her
her to
dad's
go
being
near
very
the
hard on
beach.
her. She's unhappy. She says something to the fat old bitch, like, if you give me this deal, I'll give you the voice, because she loves her little singing voice. And then she gets to go somewhere, and then she gets like caught. Yeah, maybe she gets caught in the net, and then she meets a dude, and there's some arrangement, like if she doesn't. I think I just got something else.
Here we go.
I think it's I used to go out with someone who's big into Disney. I think it's like this. She has to find like her true love's kiss within 24 hours, or something happens.
Kiefer
I think that's
Sutherland.
not. It's not like Snow White or something.
No, but they're all like that, really.
Yeah,
We
But, like,
learned about Snow White though recently, didn't
forgotten
we?
it already.
I think. Well, let's stick with this. But go
Yeah,
on.
no, I've shined a lot of light on it. Maybe some of it was garbage light, but there's something to do with a kiss within 24 hours. Or although, like you said, maybe it's another one I'm mixing up. But I think there's a time limit in Little Mermaid. There's some kind of time limit. She has to, and like the dude is like, oh, I'll help you find it, but he was the true love the whole time. I think that's the kind of thing.
I just read a little snippet. Little Mermaid tells the story of a beautiful mermaid princess who dreams of becoming a human.
Oh, that must be the trade she made.
Maybe, yeah.
Isn't that what I said at the very start though?
I think he said he becomes a mermaid.
No. She gets legs. She gets a kiss, and then she gets legs.
You did say he
Oh,
was going
she
into
gets-
the water.
Oh, she
She
oh.
gets legs. Isn't that what happens?
Oh, you did say that, yeah.
Well, guys, excuse me.
But let's see. I
All right,
think
but
I might
surely
get
I
some,
went wrong somewhere.
I might get some bonus points for weird shit that I said.
This is all garbage. I don't think they tell the full story. Plot. Here we go. A 16-year-old mermaid. Jesus.
16, starting young,
16.
but,
Fair play
but
to 'em.
legal in Europe.
Is dissatisfied with underwater life in the kingdom of Atlantica.
There you go.
And is curious about the human world.
Oh,
Well, her mate's a fucking lobster. Fucking French lobster. You're going to get a bit bored.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a French lobster as a mate.
I wouldn't.
Here, look. Doug,
I
Doug,
respect that you
Doug,
would.
listen to this. Look, Doug, listen to this. We're her best friend, Flounder.
Oh, that's a name that we didn't mention that he has, Dougie. It's Flounder.
Flounder pot.
Sometimes
actually.
it was Flounder Pot, then it was the old pot, and it was Potsy. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah.
Potsy.
And she often goes to the surface of the ocean to visit Scuttle.
No way! Did I write
That's
this?
another
Did
name
I
that we
write
used
this
to
book?
call him.
The Scuttle is a seagull who offers very inaccurate knowledge of human culture.
Very
She-
inaccurate.
Inaccurate.
Ah.
It's also
I
very
think it's a
Dougie.
film. I think it's a film as well.
She ignores the warnings of her father, King Triton. That's a type of shower. The ruler of Atlantica, and Sebastian, a crab who serves as Triton's advisor and court composer. That contact between mer people and humans is forbidden. That's what it is. I think it's Rihanna wrote a song about it. We found love in a hopeless place.
Nice.
It was about
But
love.
get
Does
all the
she-
things about the True Love's first kiss.
Yeah,
and all.
There's a lot of reading here. All right.
No, just go. Why are you on? You're on a really long gun. Just go. Mermaid in
Kiss.
10 lines.
Ariel must receive the kiss of true love from Eric. If Ariel gets Eric to kiss her, she'll remain a human permanently.
So
Otherwise, she will transfer back into mermaid and be captured by Ursula.
Ursula
Fucking
was the
Ursula.
foul bitch.
Sick bitch.
Sebastian also, right? Is that why you call Sebi Schwartz Krabby Man?
Actually, that's a
Oh,
funny
wow.
one.
Never
Look at
knew
that.
that.
Although I did say 24 hours, and that was a bit of a weird description.
Ursula tricks Ariel into making a deal to transform her into a human for 3 days in exchange for Ariel's voice. Roosty gets
Yeah,
the point.
very
Which
good.
Ursula puts in a Nautilus shell.
Oh yes, Nautilus.
Nautilus shell?
Nautilus.
What's a
I
Nautilus
don't
shell?
fucking know. That's what I'm saying. I like that.
Within these 3 days, Ariel must receive the kiss of true love from Eric.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you know
we
what? I think they're just brushing over something. I think they don't know that they need to get a kiss from Eric, or maybe Eric does have a wife or something. It's not just like need to get a kiss from Eric, and Eric's like, "What's the crack?" and not kissing her. There's something to do with they don't know that it needs to be Eric.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Prince Eric on a ship. He's a shipsman, I think they're called.
Very good.
Ariel instantly becomes enamored with
Kingsman.
Eric.
Ooh.
A violent storm arrives with a bolt of lightning striking the ship, engulfing it in flames and eventually destroying it, tossing Eric overboard. She rescues Eric and brings him to shore. That's probably the mouthpiece scene, right?
The mouthpiece.
Oh yeah, that's
The suck job she
But
gives him on
as
his
I
mouth.
stated, it will be an awkward way to travel.
Yes.
Are you keeping an eye on the old?
I am. It's right there, you monkey. I'm an organizer.
Fair play to you. Well, I suppose look, we're coming to the end. Let's fucking rev it up a couple of gears, Dougie. Do you want to? I'll ask you something, you fat old bastard. All right. Did you do loads of these already?
Yeah. Here, give us
Near the end, I
we didn't do-
suppose.
Also, these are a couple of ideas for the title of the episode. Sick of my beard, but that was said in one. Rebel Wilson, Golden Head.
I like.
And
Golden
Dang.
Head is sick of his beard.
I'd like
I
a
like sick of his beard.
head of a hawk versus golden head.
Pedo Dangs.
Pedo.
That's a bit.
Ah,
Kill,
okay.
kill all pedos. What we call it? Like, keep it light. Keep it light.
So anything down here?
I'll tell you what. I'll ask you something, and I think I'll mix it up too. All right. Let me just. Do you want to chat while I think of something? Guys, can you just?
By the way, by the
Chatting.
way,
I'm chatting.
I'm going to say something. By the way, people, this is our third podcast. We like doing them a bit of fun. We don't know what's going to happen with them. We're going to do one a month for the next 12 months. And just having a laugh with it. If you have anything you want us to talk about and have a laugh about, or if you saw us at a recent concert and you want to mention a funny thing or anything like that, just write into us, leadfarmers.com, or we've got a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, although I'm in charge of Snapchat and I'm terrible at doing it. Actually, I'm going to do a Snapchat right now.
Do it right now, Doug.
Okay.
Live Snapchat. Here we go.
Can you go live with Snapchat?
Oh, I mean
As in,
live.
just as in, okay.
I mean, as in like we're recording it. Live's
Alright.
a weird thing, isn't
So
it?
I go like this.
All right.
I just took a weird picture of myself.
Yeah, put that up, Doug.
No, wait, no. All right, I'm snapping, I'm chatting. This is episode number 3, podcast number 4, and everyone watch it.
Episode number 3, podcast number 4.
Episode number 3. Who was it? All right.
All right,
So you got a
so
question,
check it out online. It's going to be on our website, and we'll probably post it on Facebook. Check it out.
I got some questions here.
Let's go
Would
on,
you
Doug.
like to go, Dougie?
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm gonna kind of take the question and slightly bend them, for my entertainment. Are you ready, Dougie?
Yep.
Tell us something that your mother or father taught you quite adamantly that you think was a waste of time. So like they taught you, they said, do this, and now as you grow up, you're like, that wasn't actually, didn't need that one.
Oh God, tricky, because my parents are great. They were never really very forceful about a lot of things. They were quite open-minded.
Well, maybe then like just by circumstance they taught you something.
I suppose they filled me with all kinds of food that now I would disagree with.
Okay.
Maybe is that okay?
Yeah. All right. Would you want another one for old Douglas?
Yeah, because that one I don't know. I can't.
All right. So, what do you judge people for that you probably shouldn't? And don't forget this probably shouldn't bit. So you judge people for, and then you kind of you shouldn't really do it.
When people say they're going to do something but they don't do it, it annoys me and I judge them, and I probably shouldn't, because people are allowed to change their mind.
10
Alright.
out of 10, yeah, for that answer.
I hear like, what's the crack with that head transplant that we're supposed to be getting soon?
Oh yeah, apparently there's a head transplant.
First ever head transplant.
Yeah.
Where is it?
What is
Maybe-
it, like a man and a hawk?
No. It's a head
Let it
from
go,
a
will you?
That's what you were
Let it
talking
go,
about.
will you?
I was like, are you being serious?
No, remember that there's supposed to be a guy
Yeah,
that's
I
getting
have heard
a
about that, yeah.
body transplant, I would call it. It's not a head transplant.
So yeah, it's a head of a human onto the body
No,
of a
yeah,
man.
I've heard
onto
about
a
it, man.
Body of a man,
body
I
of a dead
said.
guy, kind of. Like, what's the crack with that?
Yeah.
Like, it was supposed to be very soon, no?
Yeah, maybe it didn't work. That's why we're not hearing anything about it.
Yeah, maybe.
Did you see your man who jumped out of a plane with no parachute?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
That was cool.
That was
Like,
like
But he landed
very early
like,
this year,
I
right?
did, yeah.
He landed on this I've signed that
Big
school.
net thing. That was very cool. That
He
was
was
another
kind
first.
He wasn't really in the center of the
No,
old.
he
you
wasn't
know,
exactly
he was a bit off the
He was
old
alright.
marker.
He was
Yeah.
alright.
He's alright. No, he
then
was-
again, I also thought about that, Gene, and I was thinking you probably wouldn't want to be in the dead center because you'd spring back up in the air.
No, it's a non-springy.
I know that, but
thingy.
I'm being a bit silly.
Jane,
Sorry.
can I ask
Tom
you,
Jane.
can I ask you an question?
Go, yeah.
So I'll tell you what. Don't say material goods, right? So that's your answer. You're not allowed.
I
to
can't
give.
use those two words.
No, not that whole topic, right? What do people idealize but they shouldn't?
Oh, material goods, man.
Oh, material goods.
User faggots.
No. What do people idolize and they shouldn't?
Celebrities.
Yeah, Doug's answer. No, but like honestly, Doug's answer, because it makes you feel like, oh, look at that amazing life they're living, and then you go and do your old life, which is shit, and you feel bad, and you're like, I feel bad about my life. That's because I keep looking at celebrities and stuff. I suppose that's it, or like a flag or a religion. I think things that are kind of semi made up can be weird.
Here's one back for you a bit in that question.
Holy Jesus!
So, also people sometimes idealize beautiful people. Do you think that's good or bad?
It can definitely be bad because you end up like gearing all your energy and effort towards something material, like beauty.
Material goods.
No,
Something material.
no, kind of. But he asked me something specific. Imagine I just couldn't use that in my answer. But some people are just attracted to beautiful. I just walk right up and I just kiss them.
Is that your
It's kind of the Bill
what's his name, Bill Clinton?
Well, no, I just walk right up and I kiss him.
It's Donald Trump.
It's
Yeah,
it's Donald
okay,
Trump.
Anyway,
Anyway,
you sound like Bill Clinton. Sorry,
I thought he was going bad.
so to idealize beauty, but I tell you what's good about it though. Like what I'm trying to say here is, I don't know. It could be good. It could be bad. I don't think you have to rule it out. What's good about idealizing beauty is it makes you look at yourself, take care of yourself, like groom yourself. Be hygienic with like yourself and your lifestyle, and also like think about what you're gonna eat, because it kind of sound like a black guy. They didn't think about what you're gonna eat because like it affects your complexion and also your outlook on life and energy and such. Also then your body, like if you think beauty is great, like walking around looking at arses and leggings all day, maybe you want to do some squats, hit the treads. So it can be good or it can be bad. You just kind of have to harness the energy, quite well and such.
No, it's a very good point. I mean, if you see an attractive person and like especially let's say the body wise, it can be kind of semi inspiring, going like, actually, hold on, I'm not looking great. I'm not taking care of my body.
You look in the mirror. I'm not looking great.
I've done it once, twice.
Oh,
man.
I've
definitely.
done that many, man.
Look in the mirror and go, I look bad, and then go about your day.
set out, walking around.
I have a question for old Genevieve, which
What's
is
the
you.
crack? Better be better than the last one.
And it's interesting for me because I know there's not really a lot in this field, so I want to find some. Sexually and intimately with a human, probably a female, for you, in an intimate setting, quietly, private.
You sound like, you know, the Rick and Morty guy doing his narration.
Okay. What turns you off? What stops the flow and makes you go,
I think I kind of answered this in the last one.
yeah, you might have shit.
Give me another one.
But did Doug answer it?
Doug answered, and I also piped in.
You piped
me
in.
piping in.
But was it a good answer then, yeah? Like you gave it your all?
So if it's good, I'll give it again.
No, because if you piped in, did you give it your full answer? Or did you
Yeah,
just kinda pipe in?
I did.
All right.
Well, that's the end of our podcast.
No, give us one more. Now give us one more. Now give us one more. Come on, give us one more. Give us one more.
All right. Well, so that means I have to go to the end because you answered all of them or something?
Go to the end.
I'll ask him one. I'll know one he didn't know.
Right.
Gene,
I'm like ready to answer and I haven't answered. It feels weird.
assuming that any people or animals made it out safely already, what random acts of extreme kindness would you like to see?
Oh man, I got covered in chia seeds.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you what just happened.
I think that's not the question, right? I think you went halfway through the question.
I knew I. If you rewind on the podcast, you see me reluctantly giving Doug the page because I knew he was going to do something stupid. He read the end of one question and the start of another. Doug, say that again. He doesn't listen to himself when he talks.
Can you like do that?
Yeah,
I want
wait. No, let me just get to the
Yeah, I
bottom
can
of
do
this.
it. I can probably even do it without the page, but I think he read the end of one question and the start of another. Oh man!
do the same thing again though, can you? Because I want to know.
Assuming that any people or animals made it out safe. Assuming that any people or animals made it out safely already.
That's the start of the question.
What acts of my belly? Oh my belly!
Get to it. They don't.
Sorry. Assuming that any people or animals made it out safely already, what random acts of extreme kindness would you like to see?
No sense.
That makes no sense.
Give me that.
Oh god.
Okay, I make sense. So like, wait, let me just try. Let me just see if that was a real question.
No,
what
no.
would it be? It would be if like got out what? It's so ridiculous.
Like, here. So obviously, let's just maybe the viewers or the listeners are totally in on what's going on, but let me just kind of like explain, right? So one question on the list of questions that were sent in by your good selves came as a kind of two-parter with a question and then a little add-on thing to direct your answer, and then the next question just starts on its own accord. But Dougie took the add-on part of a previous question and then started a new one.
God. So he's just showing to the camera. I got a fucking.
Those two should be together.
So yeah, I mean I can't really see what you're doing, but yeah,
I know
those
what
those two should be together. I suppose is what I'm saying. But people who are not watching it, I must say, Ross, did you just like do a shot of chia seeds with no
just
water?
2 shots, yeah.
You did a shot of chia seeds and then spat them all out all over me. That you probably went down about 10 cent there. 10, 15 cent.
Yeah, this thing costs £5 and it's tiny.
They're not cheap.
Organic chia seeds.
So, Doug, do you want to pick one of those questions and ask me them? Or?
Well, one wasn't a question. It was like a weird tag-on sentence.
But what's interesting about this is I could kind of swindle it into a question. So, Gene, assuming that any people or animals made it out safely,
of what?
What random acts
Safely from what?
But wait now.
Just in general.
But that's for you to figure out. What random acts of extreme kindness would you like to see? Now, assuming that any people or animals made it out
so
safely.
I assume I'm in some sort of fire in a building where there's animals and people, and they've all gotten out safely, and now I have to do something kind.
Anyway, that's the end of it. That's.
Well. Now you've got 2 questions that you didn't even answer.
I've got 3 questions asked of me, and I didn't answer any of them.
You're going to turn into a paedophile with all this pent up
stuff.
energy and
shit.
All right, Ross, sign off, man.
Thanks very much for listening, guys. Catch us on the stage, catch us in your homes, catch us on the street, catch us up and down, catch us on the flip, yo. Come at me, girl. Catch us on the flip, yo. That's been the podcast. See you later. Catch us on the flip. Dougie's going to walk past me. I'm going to touch his arse. There we go. Right in the middle of it.